Welcome friends to another Creative Cutter Room video. This one is a little different from the videos that I usually make. When you go to your events like a scrapbook retreat or a crop, you a lot of times want to take some tools with you, and I have this carpenter bag, very sturdy. It has like a wire metal frame to it and kind of a steel type bottom. It is a little bit heavy, but as you can see, it holds so much. Empty this out, and I'm also going to share with you what I'm replacing it with New Year. This bag, I happened to find this beautiful thing. That should probably cover up the logo. Whoops, it's on both sides. Well, anyways, this is the latest version of that same type of a bag. It's a carpenter tool bag, and it happens to be in two of my favorite colors, red and black. So when I saw this, I instantly fell in love with it and knew that it would be a wonderful replacement to the brown-black bag. It has a little bit of a different handle, but still a nice big opening in the middle. Lots of these really great pockets on the outside, on both sides, and this cool tag that I'm going to show you on my website what to do with. Lots of neat features. There is a little metal clasp in here, and I'm going to show you what that's for in just a second, or what I'm going to use it for. But this is my new addition to my craft room to take to my crafts, and I want to show you how all the stuff in there is going to fit into this one. There are a lot of scrapbooking totes out there, the small square ones. All my memories had a great line of them some years ago, and a lot of us have those. The problem with those for me is it never held enough. I wanted lots of little tools at my disposal. I'm going to start unloading these here. And I wanted to have some stuff with me to help me reduce the amount of totes that I carry. You know, I wanted to be able to bring one big bag and then perhaps a couple of, well, maybe just one big tote with me. So this bag helped me solve that problem and keep me organized and have everything at my fingertips. So I'm just going to start unloading this here. Now you're probably going to think, do I really need all of these things at a crop? And maybe you don't. Maybe you're the type of scrapbooker that doesn't need this much. But because I do scrapbooking retreats, and I have a lot of things that I share with the ladies. I'm sorry, my hat keeps getting in the way. I didn't want to be without something that someone might need. So as you can see, there are lots of little pockets. And we'll go through what some of these things are. For those of you that are new scrapbookers, you might be going, what is that? So I'll share with you some of that stuff here as well. So when I say it holds a lot, ladies, I really mean it holds a lot. So a lot of us have set New Year's resolutions for this upcoming year to be perhaps more organized, to have things maybe to downsize, or to have things to be a little bit better prepared in life. So for those of you that like to go to retreat or that scrap away from home at a friend's house, this is the kind of thing you might want to help keep all your stuff together. Now I think I've gotten everything. This little pouch right here, let's see if I can get it in frame, comes off of this belt. I'm just going to pull the whole pouch off. And then this back half on this bag happens to have a Velcro pocket. So I'm going to take those things out as well. That is a lot of stuff that I take to my crops and retreats. Now, of course, that's not everything, but these are a lot of the handy tools that I need for creating my own pages. I'll start with my ATG guns. This is my 1/4 inch ATG, and this is my 1/2 inch. I take both of them because I never know what size project I'm working on, and you can see by the tape size that is 2 different sizes, and I use both frequently. ATG guns I recommend because they save you money on adhesive. It's good adhesive, it's acid free, so perfect for your photos and for your mini albums and for all of those scrapbooking pages and cards. But you get a lot of adhesive for very little money in comparison to having to refill your small tape runner. So some of the ladies that I crop with like to do stitching occasionally, so I have a couple of these little shortcut templates. There are so many available on the market, and as you can see, I just keep a couple of the most popular types of stitch templates. Markers are important for journaling, for little caption writing. So I have a couple of easy kits. This is Creative Memories, some of the colored ones. I of course have my micro pen. If you're a Cricut cutter, these are so important for the details and the little contour shapes. I have a couple of extra zigs. I like these for lots of little detailing, doodling, journaling. My favorite colors with me, so that I have that option to add those details to. If I just have plain white flowers or plain white paper, this adds some color in a GIF and very beautiful style. So I keep that in my tote. I carry a tote full of my distressing ink pads, but I keep one or two of my very favorites in the pocket, so those are handy for me at any time. I also keep some socks, and that was what you saw in the pockets. We are memory keepers. I keep my corner chompers in one of the pockets, and two of my favorites right now are the Cloud Scallop pink one, and then this is of course my corner rounder that does 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch corner rounds. These of course have my hammer. I don't just use this for eyelet setting anymore because I do have my chomper, not chomper. Oh, my mind's gone blank right now, but my eyelet setter tool from We Are. But I do still use this to flatten out the legs of brads, so I keep one in the tote. I also have still the setters for when ladies that I scrapbook with aren't used to the We Are tool eyelet setter. I still have these two old-fashioned ways to set eyelets with me, so I keep that in one of the pockets. It's good to have your X-Acto knife, and this is another X-Acto knife, some tonic tools. I have a couple different options because I never know which one I like. I must say that my Martha Stewart one is my very, very favorite. I think it lasts the best and works really hard. Of course I have bone folders and a quick pickup tool. So if you're not familiar with this Quick Cuts pickup tool, it has this end that really helps for detail work with your Cricut. Love those two. I keep an eraser on hand as well as a scrapbooking eraser, and my other scrapbook eraser is in this one. It's a gum square that kind of picks up the sticky, so if you have a glue mistake, this helps pick it up, and I just love that tool. In here as well, I've got just a little bit of twine, and for those of you that recognize this template cutting system, I've got my blades here for that system. I'm leaving that intact for now. I'll show you where that little bag will go. I have a couple of these cloths that help clean your lens to cameras, your computer screens. I also use them to wipe off pictures that might have gotten fingerprints when I'm cropping, so I have a couple of those. And I have some Cricut refills here somewhere. So I keep a couple of those in my tote just so that I'm never without my blades. I love this glue as well, and I keep a couple of different glue options. This is a Zig embossing pen. I have my multi-glue. I've got a couple of daubers, again some crystal accents in a bottle, and some stickles, my favorite kind of stickles right now. It's the gold and black diamond. I like the embossing stylus. Whenever I need to score something, if I don't want to pull out my score pal, I just use this in the cutting groove of my paper trimmer, and that gets me a good, nice score. This little tool right here is kind of weird. Space Age. Let me see if I can show you. The little prongs open up and you stick a little pom-pom in there, and this helps you do your chalking and fine detail. So the little pom-pom picks up the chalk, and then you can ink the edges. This little tool again is a little hook and another kind of embossing stylus that I enjoy. And I also love my basic gray embossing tool. So this helps you do rub-ons, and that's a nice round ball. So sometimes you need like the force of this little metal ball, and sometimes just the edge of this will do. Popsicle sticks accomplish the same thing, which you can see I have some popsicle sticks from rub-ons that you can add. I like to keep some Scotch tape when I'm card making to hold those ribbon backs together, or some staples also accomplishes the same thing. And I like the colored staples. I have two different colors, but to show you the one. These are my magnets for my scrapping easel. I like to keep those in a pocket right there in front of me so that I can pull them out when I get my scrapping easel out. And if you haven't seen the scrapping easel, check out my website. It's a fantastic tool for scrapbookers out there. And I don't want this video to go too terribly long, but I'm just showing you some of the highlights. This is my Cutter Bee tweezers, super pointy tip, grips really well. Love this tweezer set. Also have this cuts the shanks off of your buttons, so that tool right there. I have a small little caddy with the pom-poms for my inker, the different tips for my old-fashioned eyelet setter, and a couple of different plain colored staples. I don't want to take too long showing you a whole bunch of these things, but I will show you how they're reloaded into the new bag. As far as rulers go, I'm just going to jump ahead to some of these. I do have these Karen Foster templates that give you journaling lines so that you can just fit those into whatever spot you want to add some journaling, or they have just these squares that help you to kind of plan a page by using these little plastic. So I keep a set of those in my page planning. So important when you have your paper cutter to also have a nice straight ruler. I like the metal with the cork backing, holds in place great, and gives you a nice edge to cut along. If you just have a plastic ruler, you can cut into the ruler, but the nice metal kind keep you nice and straight. I also have one of my tear rulers, and of course a nice see-through ruler. This is just a quilting ruler that I really like because of the red sharp lines, but also the Ranger ruler that has the center point is also a great one to have in your tote. I have just a couple other types of rulers that I want to share with you, and there's more information about these on my website. But these are the paper layer rulers, and as you can see, each ruler has 4 measurements here at the top. Those help you layer or stack your layers for your photos and give you a perfect edge every time. The little lip on these catch so that you get a perfect edge, and you can start matting with precise definition. So check those out on my website because you'll really want, these are fantastic. If you do a lot of mounting, a lot of card making, you will really like the way that these stack up. So I hope you enjoyed this little Creative Cutter Room tip on how to organize your tote and kinds of things you might want to take to your next cropper event. Hopefully you'll be able to join me at one of my Creative Cutter retreats. We have a great time, and as I say, I bring all kinds of tools and stuff that you can use for free at the retreats, along with of course Cricut and so many other ProvoCraft fun tools. Okay, so as promised, here is the finished tote that I've completely jammed all that stuff in. I don't know if I showed you the crocodile, that's the word I was trying to think of earlier, and put it into my eye rock on this side. Oops, I hope that didn't make it. I still have some of these pockets here filled with like Post-it notes, more staples, my roll of tape. Post-it notes I put on my layouts whenever I need to finish it with a brad or a little Cricut cut or something. I put a Post-it note right on the layout, so if I don't have a chance to get to it right then, I'll make myself notes right on the layout so I can remember later. Here's all the stuff in the center. I added to the stuff I showed you my mini attacher by Tim Holtz, so that's in there. I was able to add a whole entire paper cup worth, not paper cup, sorry, a little pencil holder full of my markers, my Tombow markers. So I have those right in there, and it's just chocked full. Everything I could ever want at my retreats is there. I have all my adhesives here in the center. That little pouch that I showed you was hanging off the end. Well, here's where I attached it. There's that metal clip I was talking to you about, and there's a metal clip on there. So I just added that right to there. Sorry, I hope I don't make you dizzy, but I've got my tools on the ends, my pens, my adhesives, my magnets. It is just chock full of stuff, and as you can see in the middle, I still have room, so if I want to add my favorite CDs or DVDs for the crop, I can toss that in there. If I want to add my paper trimmer, I've got room to add that in there, and this tote just holds so much. So I hope that helps some of you as you, as you organize and plan for future retreats and crops, how to get yourself all in one place so you can just grab your tote and go. So thanks for watching, and please be sure and visit the website, creativecutterroom.com, and I will post pictures of the little tag that I made to go with my tote. Thanks so much.